The music swelled, a cascade of violin filling the banquet hall, but all I could hear was a deafening crack in my chest when my wife, Clara, took the microphone. "This dance," she said, her voice trembling with a secret I hadn't yet grasped, "is for the man I've secretly loved for 10 years. The room spun. My glass of champagne slipped from my hand, shattering on the marble floor. Every eye turned to me, the groom, expecting a smile, a nod, a gesture of love. But I stood frozen, the weight of her words sinking like a stone in my gut. 10 years. We'd been together for 5. Clara's emerald gown shimmered under the chandeliers as she glided to the center of the dance floor, her eyes searching the crowd. I'd spent months memorizing her face, the way her hazel eyes crinkled when she laughed, the soft curve of her lips when she whispered she loved me. But now, those eyes didn't find mine. They landed on him. Daniel, her college friend, the one she swore was just a confidant. He stepped forward, tall and unshaken, his hand extended as if this moment had been rehearsed. The room buzzed with murmurs, but I was drowning in silence. My mind raced back to the late-night calls she dismissed as work, the weekend she spent catching up with old friends. I'd trusted her. I'd built my world around her. We'd planned this wedding together, every detail, from the peonies in her bouquet to the song we'd chosen for our first dance. A song that was playing now, but not for me. Clara. I managed, my voice hoarse as I stepped toward her. The crowd parted, their whispers a dull roar in my ears. "What are you doing?" She turned, her face pale, her eyes wide with something. Guilt? Defiance? "James, I'm sorry," she said, barely above a whisper. "I couldn't keep pretending. Not anymore." Pretending? The word felt like a blade. 5 years. Clara. 5 years of us. Was it all a lie? Her lips parted, but no words came. Daniel stood beside her, his hand grazing her elbow, protective, possessive. My stomach churned. I wanted to scream, to demand answers, but the weight of 100 guest stays pinned me in place. My best man, Tom, grabbed my arm. "James, let's step outside," he urged, but I shook him off. "No," I said, louder now, my voice cracking. "I deserve to know. Right here, right now." Clara's hands trembled as she clutched her bouquet. "I love you, James," she said, but the words fell hollow, like an echo of something already gone. "But I've loved him longer. I thought I could move on, that marrying you would fix it, but it didn't." The room tilted. Fix it? I was a fix? The man who'd spent sleepless nights planning a future with her, who'd saved every penny for this day, who'd believed her vows just hours ago. I was a bandage for a wound she'd never closed. My throat burned, but I forced the words out. "Why didn't you tell me? Why let it get this foul?" "I tried," she said, tears spilling down her cheeks. "Every time I looked at you, I saw the life I wanted. But every time I closed my eyes, I saw him." Daniel stepped closer, his voice low but firm. "James, this isn't her fault. It's mine. I should have stayed away." "Stayed away?" I laughed, bitter and raw. "You were at our engagement party, our rehearsal dinner. You were in my home, Daniel. And you—" I turned to Clara, my voice breaking. "You let him in." The music stopped. The silence was suffocating. Guests shifted uncomfortably, some slipping toward the exits. My mother's hand rested on my shoulder, but I barely felt it. All I could see was Clara, her face a map of regret and resolve, and Daniel, the man who'd stolen her heart long before I'd ever had a chance. I wanted to hate her. I wanted to storm out, to erase her from my life. But love doesn't vanish in a moment, even when it's poisoned by betrayal. "Clara," I said, my voice barely audible, "I hope he's worth it, because you've just burned everything we built." I turned, my legs heavy, and walked out of the hall. The cool night air hit my face, but it did nothing to ease a fire in my chest. Behind me, I heard her sob, a sound that would haunt me for years. I didn't look back. I couldn't. The man she loved for 10 years wasn't me, and no vow, no ring, could change that. As I stepped into the darkness, alone, the weight of a betrayal settled into my bones. But so did a flicker of something else. Resolve. I'd rebuild. Without her. Without the lie. The music faded behind me, and with it, the life I thought I'd known.